Spunkshine is essentially a melange of surgically created sound design with a really interesting ambient beat underneath it that I make in my secret lair deep in Wisconsin.
Today I'm talking about the latest album from Spunkshine.
He's the most creative one in this household, by far.
He has ideas and then he'll stay up till whatever time, to flesh it out.
Spunkshine, as an artist, is sometimes difficult to explain. When people hear of people making music, they just assume that, they're grabbing a guitar and they're strumming away and recording it and then creating some sort of the recording that they can then submit and sell. Spunkshine as an artist is a weird kind of, I don't think of myself as a musician.
When we're home, he's at the computer. And it's been that way since he started doing music. He used to be downstairs, but then he decided to join the family and come upstairs.
His music has been around since I was a young child, and so it's really fun to watch his music progress through the years. Like, when he first started, it was on GarageBand, and so he would use the cymbals, and it was like you could just tell it was made on GarageBand. And then now he uses way more advanced software because he keeps getting more and more popular, and he's being reviewed by just people who are really into his music.
People often reach out and tell me how much they enjoy the music, but often a lot of people will reach out and say that it's great for driving, preferably under dark circumstances. So I have often kind of nicknamed the Spunkshine sound as kind of music for doing stuff. So it becomes kind of a soundtrack for doing things.
He's really the kind of artist that I need to sit up and pay attention to really get a more visceral reaction out of his stuff. Wallpaper music from far away, but actually quite interesting when you look at it more closely.
I will admit that I play none. The only instrument I play is playing records. But no, I do not play an instrument. All the instruments are here, are composed in here, and then creating new instruments and instrument sounds all comes from this kind of equipment and tools.
So when I was in 5th grade and just learning how to read music, I used to have a big piano right over there, and then I was practicing, and he's like, "Hey, I like that song. Can you play it for me on my next song?" And then so I played it on his computer, and then he remixed it to the point where you can't recognize it, but it's still the same song, and it's really cool.
Spunkshine itself as a name, as a brand, seems unique because it's weird and also includes a weird euphemism that wasn't necessarily intended, but it was a random creation from my kids when they were 5 or 6 years old. And so it was just, at the time, what should we call this thing that I make?
We're all in our own little worlds anyway. Maddie, our daughter, is painting or doing art all the time, and I also like to make art. So we're all very wrapped up in our own little things, I think, and it's actually a good fit for us all.
I think any endeavor, if you have a family and you're doing things, it's always going to be a family effort. My family contributes to, in some way, the Spunkshine sound by affording me an opportunity to actually build it.
I'm happy that he has this great creative outlet. I've always known that he was a creative person, and I am just really happy that he found a way to express himself through music, and it seems to make him very happy.
I don't think of myself as a musician, and that seems odd. some people would probably be very upset with Spunkshine, especially me pulling back the curtain on the fact that you don't need to be a musician to make music. And I'm sure that will anger many hardcore, true musicians. I would see or describe the artistry of Spunkshine as not music musician, but as a how shall I say, surgical assembler. As an artist, it's kind of fun to imagine, oh yeah, I'm playing with some big boys out there. But at the same time, I'm just a guy sitting at a computer with headphones in the middle of a rural area, which is not very sexy and perhaps not very exciting. But I am not important. What people do with the music is probably the most important aspect.